Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me, as always, is the master of the wheel, the Buddha of chaos, the only, the world's only
Good job.
comedian,
You're nailing it,
the
dude.
Kanye of comedy, DJ Beerbelly, Bryden Proctor.
Hello,
Woo!
Abby. I just want to say that in light of recent events, I'm fucking furious. I can't
Yep.
believe that I was lied to in such a way. I can't believe that the outcome was not what I expected. Uh, I cannot believe that Phil D would tell me Halloween 4 was a good fucking movie and the best Halloween when it was a giant piece of fucking shit. I know we weren't here last week. I went and watched it.
Yep.
Abby. It's a piece of shit. It's the
Well, I
worst
mean,
Halloween movie. It's the worst of the original Thorn timeline. That's fucking crazy that he would even say that. And he spent like 2 years telling me it was watch Halloween
yeah,
4. It's trash.
yeah, you never should have watched it. Nobody recommends good things.
I
Nobody does.
They typically don't. But I mean, it's the worst. It's the worst one. Halloween 3 is literally better than Halloween 4. First two Halloweens, those are pretty good. John Carpenter, gotcha. But to recommend every year, every year, Halloween 4. Watch Halloween 4. It's the best Halloween, Bryden. Watch that. Or anytime I would bring up any horror movies on my streams.
Yeah, no, he said it for like 4 months straight in our comments. He's wrong. He's stupid. He's not a smart person.
No, you know what you know what he said when I
What?
was streaming the new Life is Strange game, which is fucking really good, by the way. Uh, haha, got you. So it was a trick. It wasn't a
He
treat at
knew
all.
for years
Yeah,
he's been trying to get you to
yeah,
watch that.
yeah.
That's a long. That's he's playing the long game
Pretty
here.
committed. Yeah, and he did get me.
That's so good.
It's not good. I'm mad about it. I was furious about it. It's insane. Why would Michael Myers steal a truck? He just
I
drives
don't
now.
know.
Oh yeah, and also he not only can steal a truck because that's apparently the way he travels into in the
He's
Hatchetville or whatever.
supposed to walk.
Yeah, well, no, he can also teleport if you shoot at him.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So all of it makes sense. It's Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's the whole fucking thing is complete dog shit. And not it's only overshadowed as dog shittedness by Halloween 5 and 6, which are so much worse. That's when you finally find out about the curse on the fucking family and all this shit and this satanic cult. It's pretty bad, but
You shouldn't overcomplicate things. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that horror movies often happening to just normal people is kind of the scary thing. Like, there's no reason it's happening to you. You're just wrong place, wrong time.
yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's wrong place, wrong time to be, Camp Crystal Lake, right? Like they just wanted to have
Yeah.
promiscuous sex, and then all of a sudden, Jason's mother is like furious about that drowning of a
Yeah, she's
retarded
real
kid.
mad.
But then, Friday the 13th 2 comes along, and it's like they never really explained why he was alive until several movies later, and then they were like, "Oh, he's actually, demon." Uh, then he went to space one time. I saw that in
I
theaters.
heard about that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Uh,
If we watch any of them for the show, it would need to be that one.
Oh, Jason X. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in space. It was way better than when he went to Manhattan and punched their guys' heads off. Uh, you know.
Just clean off?
Oh, yeah, clean off. They're boxing on a building, and because the guy's like a boxer or whatever, if I'm remembering correctly. And then, yeah, he just punches a dude's head clean off. But now in Halloween
It's pretty
4,
cool.
within the first 4 minutes, Michael Myers, the man, who is a little more superpowery in the second one,
Okay.
because technically it would be blind. He in the first movie did get shot in the eyes, so he would be blind and dead, really. But now that now I mean, if we're getting technical, but uh, yeah, he just shoves his thumb through a guy's forehead.
Wow.
Just I mean, like within a
There's a
few
plate
minutes.
there. There's a bone plate.
Not for his fingernails. There's not. But like
That's
what?
real dumb.
Well, what upset me the most was when he stole a car.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
he's just that's what he's doing. The disappearing didn't even bother me that much. him stealing it was a truck, but he was like, oh, and this is how I'm gonna get to fucking, I think it's Hatchettville. It's someplace like that. I forget, but
You know, what I feel like should happen with a character like that is he has to like hitch a ride on a train car or like the back handle, hold on to the back handle of an 18 wheeler or something. Like he shouldn't be allowed to drive.
yeah, he just stole a truck and left. It was
He
crazy,
should be
and
on
on
top of a bus.
sure, that's a very Jason Voorhees type of thing to do. I'm pretty sure in Jason Goes to Manhattan, I think he was on top of a bus at some point. I don't remember. Haven't watched it forever. The only thing I remember is he punched a man's head off, and I just at least like the Friday the Third, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Freddy Krueger. Those they could get as extremely stupid as they wanted with those because it was inside of a dream.
Well, and yeah, it was supposed to be goofy from the start, it seemed
It
like.
was not supposed to
No?
be, but no, he got really goofy and awesome. By the time they were doing Dream Warriors, it was fucking sweet. Those are like that's like the probably the best Nightmare on Elm Street is Dream Warriors.
You
Uh,
know, with as far as like um what is it? Rights expiring on
mhm.
characters and stuff. I feel like Beetlejuice would be a good horror movie
They do like
person. Like an actually horror movie, but it's just Michael Keaton and Beetlejuice.
I think they should just do a movie where Michael Keaton is like a serial killer, just
Yeah,
as Michael Keaton. It's
he
like
would just do a great job.
he just snaps finally, and he's just Michael Keaton is Michael Keaton in the Keatoning. That would be good.
Why
Michael,
not?
Michael too.
Michael
The Keatoning.
Keaton.
And he's just, and he's like, "You think I'm Keaton? I
Oh
wouldn't, I wouldn't joke around like that." And then he stabs people.
no. That'd be pretty good.
I
Yeah.
know. If we would have actually done the episode last week, we could have been making jokes like this the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. But no, there's a line in Beetlejuice where he's like pretending to do an infomercial. He's like, I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll eat a dog. And I just feel like that would be just chasing teenagers around trying to kill them. That would be so fucking great. It's like-
Uh, damn.
all right. I have some
I,
Dear Abbeys
real
here.
quick,
What?
real quick. One, we have to mention. First of all, your children are way too loud, by the way. Uh, we have to mention this was supposed to be a neat celebration of our man returning to the White House, but we had some technical issues with our guest who's going to hopefully be here next week. Uh, but it wouldn't have been that interesting to go over those things anyway, since such a goddamn clean fucking sweep of all of the
Oh,
battleground
yeah.
states.
That
And
was amazing. Just like, bam, Trump gets popular vote. He gets every swing state. Bam, we got Congress. Bam, we got the
well,
Senate.
I as of right now, I mean, we have the Senate. One of them, it's either going to be 52 or 53 states. I think it's going to go to a recount over in wherever that dork is that's only up by 0.5%, in Pennsylvania, I think. Um, I've been drinking. We did the bonus episode first. I've had a long existence. I'm very old. But none of that matters, and we'll find out if we have the house and yada yada by next week. So hopefully that's going to be more interesting. There's no reason to just play women on TikTok screaming about how they're a lesbian when they won't be by the time they're 25.
Well, and then they will be again as divorcees at 45. So,
Hot.
I mean, that's what happens, right? Like, I know, I know a lesbian who's like in her 40s, right? And every girlfriend she's ever had has been divorced with children.
She just has a type. I don't think that's all lesbos.
Maybe. Maybe she has a type, but I don't know.
You seem like way too. You got a twinkle in your eye about you're like really happy about that. Says
Maybe she just wants to have kids, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
yeah. I get the feeling if we keep doing this show another 15 years, we're gonna be completely different situations and be like, wow, yeah, these kids aren't making noise anymore. And it's not because they're grown up. It's because they live with their dad, who's very, very ashamed.
No. No. I wouldn't leave my husband.
You just be a lesbian on the side.
What? Why can't I have a wife? I don't see why not. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I'm
You
kidding.
gotta
This
move
is
to
jokes.
Utah for that.
No, they won't let me there because I'm a woman. It never works the other way around, you know? You ever notice that? It's either like a free for all or just wives.
I can't imagine why you'd want multiple wives.
I don't know either. Like, I mean, the purpose originally was like a king or an emperor needs lots and lots of progeny, right? So
Yeah.
he gets to have the harem, you know, and the rest of people don't get a harem, really. Like maybe the really rich guys who could pay for it would have a couple, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know.
But they
I've
don't
never.
have to deal with them because those women you don't talk to,
That
right?
sounds nice.
Like if they're literally there because you have money and status, that's a different thing than
But
if
I'd
you have like
rather.
a loving marriage. You know what I
But
mean?
I'd much rather have money than women.
Well, then you don't have to have the harem if you're not the emperor, I think.
But I just still don't get that. It's like, what's the point? Besides, like, it's a status symbol of like, look at all my bitches.
That too.
That's the only thing that I think I would like about that. It's like, otherwise, it's like, you got to pay for all this stuff all the time. Like,
You
what
do
is
have
the
to pay
point?
for it, but these people have
What
a
is the
lot of
point?
money. Is we're talking
Okay, but I
about
can
lots
have,
of money.
right, but you can never have too many custom clothes by designers that, like, don't normally do that type of thing. I would like a rocket ship.
Okay, well, they didn't have rocket ships.
But guys still do this, though, I'm saying.
Well, kinda, yeah.
The whole thing just it seems like a flawed stuff. I like I'd much rather have like a rocket ship or like a crown than it would be
I
like
mean,
two bitches.
I think in that case you have to become Andrew Tate, who is
Yeah.
whoring them out and literally makes money off of trafficking them. So he has
Well, that's
money
not.
because of the women.
See, also that's never been proven.
Allegedly,
That's never been proven.
allegedly. Oh my goodness
It's
gracious!
never
It's
been
never
proven.
been proven. Okay, yeah.
Never been proven.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're just jealous
Yep.
because you've got no
Look, I
bitches.
take people at their words. Okay, I'm only talking about things he
Why would you
personally
take someone?
said out loud.
What fucking world do you live in? Existing doing a show on the internet that you take people at their word. Do you
Well, it
really?
depends on the
No, no, no,
person.
no, no, no. Do you really want to make that the rule with everything
No,
you've
okay, you
said
know
for
what?
two
Never
fucking
mind.
years?
That's a good point you're making.
Dickhead.
I I was not. I did not mean it. I was
Yeah.
not
Uh huh.
honest when I threatened to wipe out an entire Taco Bell.
I'm just saying. Maybe people in glass houses there, Abby.
You know,
Yeah. Do the Dear Abby, you fucking asshole, you short sighted dick.
yeah.
Trump, fucking 2028, by the way.
Yeah, that's not. Look, as my children told me this morning, they're terrible. No, I'm just kidding. That's what I told them. Dear Abby, I am married to my wife. She's
Oh
given me.
wow, good. That's hey, that's better than about half the country, so that's great.
Yeah. She's given me 5 beautiful daughters.
Oh, I know who
I
this
work.
is.
Well, I work very. Oh, wait a second. Okay.
This is my boy
I
Big D.
yeah.
He's the only guy I know with 5 daughters.
I work very hard so she can stay at home and raise them to be proper ladies.
Well,
One.
I mean, I don't know what he does, but he's got to be doing good. Who the fuck has 5 kids? Jesus Christ, bro, you're very close to being a Brady Bunch over there. It's nuts.
It's a lot of kids.
That's so many kids.
It's gonna be a
He's
lot
got
of
your
teenage
house.
daughters
He's got-
someday. Oh my god.
Which, by the way, 18 years from now, just I'll be so old.
Yeah, you won't even be around.
Yeah, and her dad's rich, so I'm not even. They're used to a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
So,
One big point of contention for us is mealtime prep. We both agree that family dinners are important for us all to bond and share about our day. The only problem is
how do you
she's
even
a
do that?
lousy cook.
Okay, first of all, I'm sure she is, because she is with you at all. By the way, with that, I mean that's crazy. But how does family mealtime filled with what? There's sidebar conversations going on with that many people. This unless this is like a conference call with specific, like you got to mute mics and stuff. If you have 7 people in a conversation, this is now a
Yeah.
presentation every time you're talking.
Maybe so. I especially with kids though, because they all want to talk at once. I really liked the idea of family dinners with conversation. Everyone talks about their day. We get updates on everyone, whatever. Until I realized that the children do not eat while they're talking, and then they complain that the food is cold. My husband and I, on the other hand, have been taking bites the entire time we're speaking. We're done, and I'm irritated because I can't finish my day till I clean the kitchen and do the dishes, and they have not even started eating. So I actually had to recently. I said, like, look, you guys aren't allowed to talk till you're done eating. You have to be silent at the
What
table. You have to eat the food and not in 2 hours, but eat it at dinner time, please.
you realize what you accidentally told me is that and maybe this is all kids, but
What?
it could be all kids, but your kids are too dumb to walk and chew gum.
No, no, it's not
They
that. It's
can't walk
that
and chew gum.
they don't want to eat my dinner in the first place
Well,
because
I
they would
understand.
rather have like they want to skip to dessert or they want like whatever snacky thing they've been craving the last hour that I told them they can't have because I'm cooking dinner, and they're just trying to get out of dinner to begin with. So they're like, it's an excuse like, oh, mom's not going to notice we're not eating because we're all talking.
I am not shocked your kids don't want to eat your dinner. I know what
They
you
don't want to
cook.
eat anything. They
That's
literally
not true.
refuse to eat their very favorite foods on principle because it's not what, like, they didn't. If they come up and directly say, hey, I want this, then they are happy to eat it. If I choose it, it's like a control thing. I don't know. You have to get past the stubbornness and then they eat.
I don't think that that's it. I mean, like, are you making them fucking peas? Peas are disgusting.
No. And plus, they have multiple options on their plate. They don't have to eat every single side. They don't have to touch the peas if I
What
make
did you What
peas.
did you have for dinner tonight? Also, don't make peas; they're gross.
Well, tonight for dinner, because we were doing this podcast and I couldn't spend an hour convincing them to eat, I gave them corn dogs and chicken nuggets.
It's good. It's good stuff right there.
Like they ate the corn dogs and freezer chicken nuggets
That's good
just
stuff.
fine.
That's good stuff. I do like that. I could go for a corn dog chicken nugget right now.
Yesterday we had like teriyaki strip steak cut into strips with broccoli and rice. And they only ate broccoli, which
Broccoli's
is
good
like
though.
that's good, but it's not enough calories to like fuel growth spurts and stuff. But they eat the vegetables.
You probably did the steak wrong.
Well, it was a cheap cut of steak.
There
There's
you
only
go.
so much you can
See,
do.
they're
It's
people of
so expensive. I
class.
got I got strip steaks instead of the good
I
steaks.
don't know anything about steak. I don't
Strip
care.
steak it's just really thin, bad cut of meat. It's not super tender or nice.
I,
That's
I
why you marinate it for 24 hours in the teriyaki. You're not going to marinate good meat in a very strongly flavored sauce.
also, I'm not a big teriyaki person either.
I love teriyaki. That's good. But also, there's nothing offensive about white rice. They love white rice. They could have just eaten rice.
I like white rice. It's my favorite
It's
type of rice.
great.
I don't
It's
like brown rice.
fantastic. No, it's bad. And also, it's harder for your stomach to digest, which makes it not better for you.
I've heard differently, but I mean, those people also eat fucking weird shit. So they're
Yeah.
like, look at this aloe leaf. Let's grill it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Weirdos. Someone I know has been making like aloe jelly to eat.
Oh
It's like, I
no.
don't want to eat that.
They've got a drink at the Mexican grocery stores or whatever. They've had it forever. But yeah, they're just like, oh, it's like aloe water. Well, no, because that tastes like shit. It tastes like lotion. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's not good.
I don't like
Stuff
that.
does not. That goes on sunburns.
Or any type of burn, it's pretty good on.
That's
Like you
about it.
burn your hand on the stove because you're drunk and touching stuff you shouldn't. You put the aloe
You
on it.
you just touch the stove when you totally just turn into a toddler.
I not lately, but
Just occasionally.
more
It's all
than
right.
once. More than once is all I'm gonna say.
I can't make fun of you
You're
even
in a
because I
listen.
can't freaking use an iron on my hair without burning like the very corner of my cheekbone on a spot or like my hand. I just accidentally brush it against my hand.
Sure.
I've got a burn right now
Oh shit. Yeah,
from
you
it
do.
from yesterday. Just yeah.
All I'm saying is sometimes in your 20s, a lot, you're at a house party and somebody cooks something and then you lean against the stove and you burn your hand.
I don't think that has happened to me.
Well, you didn't go to a lot of parties, did you?
Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm not leaning on a stove. And no, I didn't go to a lot of parties. I was busy.
So you were busy being pregnant, but busy living up to your mistakes.
Look, these are not mistakes. How could you call a human life a mistake on the
Oh,
day when Donald Trump has been declared our next president of the United States? The once and future
well,
king.
I mean, by like a lot. Did you see the people that voted against him? I mean, there's tons of human mistakes out there.
That's fair.
Won the popular vote, by the way, though. Holy shit, I didn't see that
Yeah,
coming.
I was excited about that. And
That's
it was it
insane.
was the entire time. Like every single time I checked the results from like early afternoon till the next morning, he was winning the popular vote. There was never a point when Kamala pulled ahead with that. That
I
was incredible.
dude, I told Erica when she was talking about that, I was like, look, that's fucking crazy. All right, he's not gonna win the popular vote. That's just no.
She was that bad though.
Yep, worse than Hillary. Although I think she got more electoral votes than Hillary did. Not sure how that worked out. Because man, I wish Evan was here for this, but he's a big
How?
letdown. Let's see, 2016 electoral map. Oh my God, just show me the thing. Yep, Hillary 227. Let's see, 2024 electoral map. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, yeah, she Kamala is down by one off of that, 226. And it's expected that whenever a year from now, when Arizona's done counting their goddamn fucking votes, Nevada as well. What the fuck is up with that shit? That supposedly Trump's gonna have 312 electoral votes, which is
Oh, that's
fucking
fantastic.
dude nice.
They run such unlikable women. Like I don't even think it's like necessary. So I saw some people talking about how
Hold on, real quick. Boom. Breaking news: Democrat women unlikable to normal
yeah,
people.
I saw some people talking about on Twitter about how like the first woman president will probably have to be a Republican, and I think that's
They
true.
will.
It just really does have to be a right winger.
It will be a black Republican woman.
Probably so. Yeah.
Like, I, honestly, back in the day, we used to think Condoleezza Rice had a fucking chance. That's before the whole
Mhm.
MAGA thing started. Was yeah, it's gonna be a Republican woman. Like if for some reason, despite all her flaws, Candace Owens is up against whoever the fuck the Democrats are, in 2030 or whatever is
Mhm.
going, or well, 2028 or whatever is going on over there. Uh, wouldn't you vote for her?
Yeah.
Like, if she
I
was
mean,
the
I don't see why
nominee,
not.
I wouldn't vote for her in the primary because she's a woman. But, I'm one of the few guys that'll actually admit that. I don't think that most of the people in the Republican Party are like that. I think the smart ones are. I would like it if a woman is not president. I don't think that they'd be
Well,
good.
I probably wouldn't vote for her in the primary because I don't think she's that likable, but she's very
Oh, I like
very
her a lot.
likable compared to Hillary or Kamala.
I,
I
I
don't know,
like
something
I like her
about
a
it,
lot.
it's literally just something about the cadence of her voice. It's a weird little thing for me. I don't know.
I think we have
She just
similar.
sounds
I think we have similar cadence. Candace Owens and I have
well,
similar cadence. I like
yes, and
her
I
a
hate the
lot.
way you talk.
That's fair, but I'm right. I like Candace Owens a lot, and it
You're completely correct that she does have ear cadence.
yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
yep.
That's why I hate her.
I like her a lot. I like that she. No, I like that she's polite but mean, and I think she's really smart.
I think she just when she is being mean, she's not aggressive, she's catty. Like a
Well,
Disney
she's a
Channel bully in high school or something. It's just something about the way she talks when she's really fired up where it's just like I don't know.
she's being she's a woman and she's a professional and she's being nice. She's not she doesn't say the N word like I do.
Yeah.
I say the N word way more than Candace Owens does. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
I guarantee it. And also, what I like about Candace Owens, I'm pretty sure if I said that, she would not mind.
No, she probably wouldn't care that
I
much.
mean,
I mean, when we stop recording, guys, he's so just flustered from not having been able to say it very much for the last 2 hours that he just lets out a dozen of them in a row
sometimes
every week.
sometimes I just text it to her while we're recording.
Yeah, I just get a phone call while I'm at the park watching my children play. He's just screaming. I'm like, hang on, I have to turn the volume down. Oh my God.
It's
They
true.
can hear you. Everyone can hear you.
And I say, I know. Are there any of them there? There better not be in my parks.
He was standing right next to me.
I thought I was making a friend. Why do I keep answering on speakerphone?
In retrospect, I should have known we couldn't be friends when I saw their children wearing the Malcolm X t-shirts, but
I love Malcolm X though.
he's pretty cool.
Malcolm
No,
X.
I do have a friend who dresses her kid in like Malcolm X t-shirts and stuff, and it's just funny seeing a little kid running around. I don't know.
I should buy a Malcolm X t-shirt. I have a Che Guevara t-shirt.
There you go.
It's fucking. Dude, when I was going to go vote, I was like trying to, because I haven't done laundry for a little bit. I got to do that tonight. Uh, I was like trying to dig shit out, and I thought it was this other shirt, and I pulled it out. I was like, oh fuck, okay, I'll wear this. And I saw that, and I was like, well, you can't wear that to go vote. That's,
No, does that count as a political shirt?
I mean, does it? And then like,
I don't. I mean, I would say no, but yeah, it's whatever those people say.
I'll
When
bet.
you go up there.
Well, it's not. I don't think it is because it's not. Che Guevara is not on the ballot, but
Yeah.
also, I mean, if I had balls, if I was actually a funny person, I would have wore it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Not funny enough.
I'm just not funny enough to wear it. To go vote for Donald Trump wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt would have
Maybe
been the
someday.
funny move. It would have been the funny move, and I didn't do it. I am a little bitch. I own up to that.
He's a little bitch. Someone clip it. Okay. I love cooking, and I've tried to get her involved when I'm making a meal to try and teach her basic things like knife work, seasoning, the
Where the
importance.
saute is.
Yes. The importance of cook temperature and time for different vegetables or meats. These are child things. These are
Basic
things
cooking.
you teach children. Um, wow. Temperature and time for different vegetables or meats. I even bought several very simple cookbooks to try and encourage her exploration. She's not improved, even with verbal encouragement. She doesn't feel comfortable trying to cook new dishes.
Wait, what's
I'm
verbal encouragement? Are you standing by her going, go, 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 go,
If not,
go,
then you're doing
go?
it wrong. You have to be her cheerleader.
Oh,
I would
yes.
suggest you get some pom poms and a cute little skirt.
Steam that broccoli. Good.
I would just like them to. Oh, sorry. I'm not asking for gourmet food. I would just like to eat something other than Hamburger Helper on the days I have to work late.
Okay, two things real quick. One, hamburger helper's fucking delicious. Two, I've always hated the term gourmet. It just sounds like
Yeah.
an ugly word.
Yeah, it is. It looks like an ugly word too. I don't like the way it's spelled.
Gourmet. Oh, I can't come
It's
to work
you can
today.
just hear the phlegm.
I can't come to work. I got gourmet.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
disgusting.
god, is it fatal? You have gourmet? I hate it. Gourmet sounds like a food you wouldn't like.
No,
You're
it
like, oh,
doesn't.
tonight I'm making gourmet. It's like, ah, dude,
Well, that
liver,
sounds like
really?
the problem is that the French are just gross, disgusting people. You think about French words and you think about frogs and snails.
Yeah. How do you think about that, Arpad? We got Donald Trump. You got frogs and snails, you dumbass.
It's disgusting.
No, he's gonna like talk to you about books. Is what he's gonna do. He's gonna do like, we've got philosophers. Oh, ha, ha. You know, one time I don't know if I brought it up on the show. One time he fucking DM me. He was like, "Where's that bullshit French laugh thing that you do comes from?" And I had to like, I was like, I don't know, a fucking old movie. And I had to like go and research where came out from, because French people, we go
Yeah, I thought it was
ah.
a Pepe Le Pew thing.
Pepe Le Pew took it from somewhere, which was some fucking actor, which I think was a French guy who did a song where in the thing he was like oh ha ha ha, and then people made it made it into a thing.
Oh,
So ah ha ha ha. He didn't even know it was a thing. He had never heard ah ha ha before
it, it just got made up. Oh my goodness.
because of a song that a French dude made.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And now it's just them.
Yeah, I only know that now because he asked me. I just assumed that that's how he laughed. Like, baguette.
Well,
Oh, oh, oh.
well, when I was a kid, I for a little bit, I just thought French mime, right?
Yeah, they are
Like just
mimes.
they're all mimes, right?
Some of them, a lot of them, too many of them. Not
Most
enough
of
of them,
them.
actually. Not enough of them. Now that I
If
think
they were
about it,
all mimes, it would be much better. It would
dude.
be a utopia.
Emil Sharon. Um, should be a mime. He should shut his mouth with his talking about the strength of Europe bullshit. You're not coming for America. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
No.
Macaron. We are filled with the pride of Donald J. Trump today.
Got bald eagles in our blood. Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
I think we're reading more like chickens if we're doing that.
I think so. I think we're just chickens.
Yeah, it's not. It's not good.
What do eagles sound like?
Well, not like we like to make them sound like. That's actually like a red hawk or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Actual eagles sound pretty pussy.
Like they just tweet like a little Tweety bird?
I don't think
Okay,
it's
now
that
I have
bad,
to
but
know.
it's not good. It's not good. They don't sound
What do
great.
eagles sound like?
You know, it's not great. Um, I think that Benjamin Franklin, I think, was the guy was right, and the American fucking bird should have been the turkey. Yeah, they sound completely different than that.
Extremely high pitched whistles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that. Like that fucking sound. That's
Yeah.
like a red hawk or some bullshit.
That's
Uh,
unfortunate.
yeah, I don't know how that got mixed up around the way. They were like, well, that sounds fucking gay. Let's just put this in
I mean, I'm
instead.
pretty sure I got the eagle sound from It's Always Sunny. So.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I realize what a hack I am. All of my humor is just The Simpsons, South Park, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've never made like more than two original jokes in my entire life.
That's fine. I don't even know what mine is. I just say things. And half of them. Okay, then none of them are funny. Not one thing.
Listen, now's not the time to think about the fact that we're not excellent. We're talking about American
Right,
excellence.
right, right. Oh, but actually, we were talking about the Dear Abby. We're trying to help this poor man. How would you go about trying to inspire her to take on this very important task and maybe even find joy in doing it? Well, if she doesn't like cooking, she doesn't like cooking. What you need to do is give her, obviously, if she's
Give
making
her a
hamburger helper
punch.
and she doesn't want to learn to make anything more complicated, then you have to start her off with very simple recipes, just like fried rice, some mom slop, wife slop dishes,
Blowjobs.
crock pot. Or you could just do it for her and she can do everything else. She's got 5 kids to take care of. You know, that's a lot of work. Like, you could cook. If you cook better, you just cook.
I get the feeling that if you can afford 5 children, you should be able to afford takeout.
Something. One of those like meal uh places
Oh,
online where they send you the instructions and all the ingredients already cut and measured.
you know what? Fuck that. Yeah, fuck Blue Apron. I've never used that. But you know what? I did get a discounted thing too that I got some of, which was fantastic, and I swear by. Um, and if it didn't cost so goddamn much, I'd get it. But it's just slightly more expensive than eating takeout. Get Factor Meals. They do sponsor podcasts, and maybe I'm hoping one day that we get the Factor Meal sponsorship, but we'd have to get listeners first. But I'm just telling you, Factor Meals is pretty fucking good. Give that a go. I mean, you're looking at about $140 a week, but it's pretty delicious microwaved meals that do taste like they were made at a restaurant. They're really fucking good. I was
Well,
told I
yeah.
told you about it. I was like, holy
Yeah,
fuck,
he
Factor
did.
Meals.
So you could do that, but also like you have to understand that I don't know if you've seen online the wife slop memes and the mom slop memes, but it's all about the type of food you cook when you have multiple children and you have to cook every single night. Like there's a reason our parents mostly cooked casseroles and stuff. You've got 5 children, you have to make
Wait.
large amounts of food. You have to buy enough ingredients for everything for the week and fit it in the pantry and the fridge. You're going to not want to buy enough stuff to make very different things every night. No, you're going to be eating mom slop.
Your
That
parents
is what
cooked?
happens. My mom made like hamburger helper or
Delicious.
lasagna or spaghetti and like chicken spaghetti, like all the easy stuff.
I got to tell. Okay, spaghetti was a fucking staple. Crock pot
Yeah.
was mainly everything.
See, we had a crock pot, but the
Once
only thing we ever used it for was queso.
oh dude, we never had queso. We seriously, I didn't have queso that didn't come out of a jar, which was just known as cheese sauce,
Mm.
uh, until I was in my 20s.
No,
Uh,
yeah, we did the Velveeta with the hamburger meat and the Rotel.
I
That's what you gotta get.
yeah yeah. See, I didn't, dude. My
Frozen taquitos, dip it in there. No spoon.
frozen taquitos. I think we had those. My mother would just crock pot thing, and this was this was when she cooked. Sometimes she'd make breaded fried pork chops, the thinnest I've ever seen
Hmm.
in my entire life. I just thought that pork chops were like that. Turns out we were poor. Uh,
Yeah,
and also, why are you breading pork chops is crazy.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, that was listen, God bless her. She did with what she had, right? But I didn't know avocados existed
Yeah.
until I was like 24.
Yeah, me too. No, I never saw one. I never had any near me. I knew guacamole was a thing. Sometimes
Yeah,
we'd have
I didn't know
guacamole,
where
but
it
I
came
didn't
from.
like it because it
Yeah,
had raw onions in it. It
same.
always had freaking raw onions, which is disgusting.
Agreed.
Okay?
Agreed. Hell yeah.
Yeah, just stop putting them in everything, please, for the
We
sake of your poor children.
okay, to be fair, we did have an entire podcast about that. It was called
Okay,
No
yeah.
Onions. That was like episode
Yeah, we
way
gotta
back
not
then.
go back
It
on
was
there. But the point is that the cooking you do when you're like you have one kid or you don't have any kids yet and you're just a couple, that is nothing even close to the practicality of cooking when you have 5 children. You're not gonna get. I mean, hamburger helper is gonna be a lot
we
easier.
got to use 3 boxes.
Yeah, which is a lot easier than
That's three
making,
pounds of ground beef.
a bunch of steps of other things to make enough for 7 people. Like, you know what we do on
Oh,
Thanksgiving?
real
We
quick,
have a
hold on.
team of women cooking. What?
that's real quick. I just want to say,
Mm.
instead of ground beef for certain things like tacos or hamburger helper, uh, I would say substitute that fucking ground turkey because it's a lot better than you think. I like the ground turkey on the tacos so much better than the ground beef. Now,
Ground
a
turkey is
burger
not
is
a
beef,
bad replacement. Yeah.
but it doesn't have all that oil and fat in it. It's
Mm-hmm.
so much better on tacos. I like the
Yep.
turkey taco so much better than the ground beef taco
I
because
think you're right.
all you're getting is that fucking taco seasoning anyway, right? Dude, the turkey taco is so much better. It's superior, uh, and it's not all
Yeah.
burnt up and shitty. It, I'd like to try it with the hamburger helper. I want to try it
Yeah.
with that. That's my Thanksgiving, I think.
I think it would work really well with hamburger helper. You know what's good too is tuna helper.
I'm not a big
Some
tuna
tuna
guy.
alfredo. I love tuna salad, and tuna casserole and
Yeah,
tuna hamburger helper.
don't like seafood though. So,
I like sushi and I like canned tuna.
eh,
That's it.
I don't like sushi.
Well, anyway,
That's a
she's
you
not
thing.
going to be making sushi.
No, no, that requires skill and
No,
not.
that's a lot more difficult. I don't know. Like that's the thing is it's really really hard. It's as someone who really really loved cooking when I had less children and a bigger kitchen, I find very little joy in it anymore. It's just too much work now. And there's not
So,
enough space. Like it's just things change, dude.
so what Abby just said is that she has lost her lust for life once she had children.
No, I'm saying that as things become more difficult, okay?
You want to kill yourself. I know, you get it. Okay, so anyways, we move on to the next segment of the podcast.
All right, I've got another Dear Abby though. Dear Abby, what are some
Wait, did
good?
we give any advice?
We gave tons of advice. I
Uh,
gave tons of advice.
oh, my advice is stop fucking or wear a condom.
Look, you
Jesus
gotta be more
Christ.
responsible, man.
I mean, it's
Like,
crazy.
and like the people listening.
5 kids? You can't come in her fucking belly one time?
Okay, look, let's not go with that. I'm saying, it's fine to have 5 children.
You're
That's
not
good.
Tucker Carlson. Come
You
on
can
her
have 5 children.
tits.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem.
No, it's crazy to come inside of a woman that many times.
Okay, look, we're gonna move on to our next tier, Abby, and we're not gonna criticize. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, I know. It's too crazy to have 5 kids. Are you Mormon?
It's not
What
that
is
crazy to
happening?
have 5 kids, but it
You
is.
better be rich. Yeah, it is crazy to do that and then complain that she's busy all the time.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I was gonna say. It's not crazy to have 5 kids. It's crazy to have 5 kids and not understand why she might not have interest in like upping her cooking skills. She's just trying to survive right now.
What is the difference? What is the age difference between these kids? Because if it's like 4 years apart, then fine, I get it.
Oh yeah. Well, then why aren't the teenagers cooking?
Exactly. You make them
They
do
could.
it. I get.
They could at least take some days. Look, I have a plan. Show my children cooking stuff. They cook with me, and someday, like when they're teenagers, basically at 13, I'm gonna start when each one hits 13 is when it'll
You give
start.
them
They have
chores.
to cook one meal a night, a week at least, and then at some point we'll have each one cooking a meal a week. That's great.
You
It's a
know what's gonna
lot of
be?
the burden off
You know
me.
what's gonna be really funny when that
Hmm.
plan falls apart and blows up in your face immediately because you get
Oh,
tired. You're like, wow, this is bad, and the middle one's bad at cooking, and you don't have to cook anymore. Please don't make us eat this because I'm telling you right now, this is what's gonna happen. Best laid plans of dumbasses and men. That's what happens. A buddy of mine before he had his twins. Not this guy. He was. I got yelled at on a live stream because he was like, and I'm not gonna ever let him get social media. But I was like, well, the world's evolving, and they will, and you will, because they won't be able to do this. And the chat was going crazy, going like, oh, because the world's not perfect. You just giving up so easily, whatever. And then a few couple years or whatever later, he's a really good friend of mine. I don't even know if he remembers this, and I didn't rub it in his face, but he brought up to me. He was like, "I'm gonna have to let him have social media one day."
yeah.
Like it's like
That's the thing. Is you
fucking
can
yeah.
only It's like people talk so much about screen time for children and all this stuff, and it's
Well, it's
like,
good to limit it, I would assume.
well, the problem is people giving their children iPads with the most idiotic phone games you've ever seen in your life. It's like the most complicated it gets is color by number, where you just touch it with your
Well, what about
finger.
the
You know what I
what about the
mean?
slice fruit game? That's
See,
gotta
there's that.
that's
No,
gotta be
that's
good for
not good.
hand-eye reaction.
No. There were games, and we have tons of them
Give them
from
PUBG.
when we were kids. We've that actually are more interactive and are more complicated and might teach shapes and numbers and stuff. Like I let my kids play putt putt and Fatty Bear and Pajama
Yeah.
Sam and
Papa
stuff,
saves the
and
zoo.
then
Ah,
they get
Papa
beyond
saves
that,
the zoo.
dude. My older kids play map games.
Cool.
Like it's neat.
Well, let me ask you
Like
this.
anyway, you have to curate what screen time they have. You can't just let them watch, like you can let them watch more intelligent shows than Bubble Guppies. You don't have to show them Caillou and Bubble
I
Guppies.
don't know what the fuck that is.
Caillou. I don't know how to say that. Some freaking English show. Anyway, the point is, those are like the types of cartoons that treat your child like an idiot.
I don't know what that is.
Like that doesn't help anything.
I don't know what that is, but I have two questions, and
Hmm.
I guess they're both points. But um, you know me. Uh, am I wrong to think that I guess how do you put this? I don't think that I'm wrong for giving people parenting advice, which I try not to do. Uh, I don't think I'm wrong to do that just because I don't have kids. I think that they are little human beings, and I have a pretty good idea of what's good for human beings and what's bad for human beings. Now, the little
Um,
details of like how you do dinner, yeah, I've only got some advice, and I'm really interested in what that's like in practice.
I don't think you're wrong for trying to give advice. I would, if I was you, didn't want to like annoy anybody, which I don't
Okay,
think
hold
you
on.
care
Yeah, I
about
was
that. Yeah,
what?
but like you maybe stick to, well, when I was a kid, I would have felt this way rather than like, because you have absolutely zero concept of what it's like to be like in the trenches and actually there all
Yeah.
day, every day with
Well, don't
children.
call it
You haven't
that. Don't call it
interacted with
that. Don't,
children.
don't, yeah, this is not World War One. You're just doing what every
You have
woman has done
no
for fucking.
idea.
You're just doing what every woman has done successfully previous to you for a long time. So,
I wouldn't say
in the
successfully
trenches,
necessarily.
people are alive, aren't they? In the
Not a
trenches.
lot of them. Like half of kids used to die.
That was polio, and that's figured
No, it
out.
wasn't. It wasn't. They would neglect. They okay, because the thing is, when you have to go work out on the farm or spin wool, you go do it, and your children are doing you don't know what out in the woods. There were
They're
accidents.
working on a farm, and they were sometimes picked up by fairies. And I
Yeah,
don't mean gay
yeah,
guys. I mean literal fucking mythical fairies.
yeah. That's what they said. Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm not so sure that they don't exist. I'm scared to wander into the woods.
You can see what happens with the Amish, for example,
Oh,
like
they go
how
vote for
many.
they go vote for Donald J. Trump.
That yes, good. I'm glad they do. But also, a lot of their children just get maimed by farm equipment or like die in fires because they take their buggies to go to their friend's house 2 hours away on the buggy and just
Yeah,
leave the children in the house, and then they knock over a lamp and
yeah. I
it
don't know
sets
what
on fire.
I don't know what you're laughing. I don't know what you're laughing about burnt up kids, but
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm not. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's a horrible
Jesus.
thing. It's a horrible thing.
Luckily, they're not going to hear
It's
this.
just absurd and insane what happens.
I suppose.
Compared to like modern standards of child rearing, things were not good. I would not say successful. No.
Well, they're keeping that tradition alive. So,
Anyway, no, because that's the thing, Bryden, that annoys me about when people who don't have children give advice the most is that usually they think we haven't heard it before. we have never tried it. It's like, thank you for telling me the most obvious thing. Not you, but like
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
thinking of a specific person right now in particular who
name,
like
name,
worked at
name.
a daycare,
Drop the name.
now who just like just and she recently had a baby too, and
Drop
I'm
the name.
waiting. I know it's my sister-in-law, but
There
she
you
would
go.
just be like, "Well, have you tried this?" And I would do this just all the freaking time, or like, I would never let that happen because I would just do this. It's like, honey, that is the very first, most obvious answer that I did, and I've tried a million times. Thank you. We are 20 solutions that have failed past that. Thanks, though. Like,
Sit.
like you need to just shut up and stop telling me that you have it all figured out and know exactly what would work. You do not. But whatever.
Have I ever phrased any of my advice and that's gonna work?
No, you the way you phrase it is very different for sure. And also you mostly just make fun of me. You're
Yeah.
just like, it's like a freaking annoying uncle who's just constantly teasing you. That's the kind of quote parenting advice that I get from you.
Well, I have nothing to do. I have no idea what goes on with the ladies at their ages and stuff, but the young men, the young man. All I can say is, well, I know what he's gonna be like, because all guys are like that. Are you? How excited for you? How excited are you for the okay, you can watch PG-13 movies, era of the young man.
I don't want to think about it. You know what? I'm basically assuming that at some point the boy is his problem, my
Well,
husband's
I
problem. Like,
like the thing is
wouldn't
like
that be healthier though? For me to
yes.
just be like, Dad, you go to dad now, like at like 12.
Well, it's like, oh, I mean, once he's like 12 years old, he's gonna start being interested in girls, and
Mm,
it's like it's fuck it. He's not gonna be able to see a girl on TV without getting a fucking boner, and
I
that's
don't want to think about that.
yeah. I do. Well, it's true though. He's just
Yeah,
gonna
but
be like
it's none of my
sitting there
business.
watching a family movie with you, and there's a hot girl on the TV, and he's like he wants to leave, but he can't. She's fucking boned up.
Okay, yeah, let's not. I don't
That's
care.
every boy, dude. It
Okay,
stinks.
I'm not dealing with that. No.
No, you know that you've watched TV, where it's like,
Why are you doing
it's like
this right now? What
Bryden,
is wrong with you
come to
right
the
now?
chalkboard and write the answer on the screen, but he can't because he's got a boner. That's all boys. They're not even in charge of it either. Like that happens to me sometimes, but not like when I was a kid. Sometimes
What
you
did
wake
you
up.
tell your mother? Why do I have to hear this right now?
Well, no, you can't tell your mom. You can't tell anybody because it's embarrassing.
Okay, well then I don't need to know.
I don't know, but my dad never told me. He was like, "Yeah, you just go get fucking rock hard for no reason sometimes."
Okay, okay, look. You should be having this conversation with your father then.
Why would I, at 37 years old, call my dad and go, "What's up, Dad?" about boners?
Well, why are you doing it now?
I don't know, because it's pretty good content. I think it's funny.
Oh my, you just
Because every guy listening to this is remembering the sixth grade, and they were
how
like, "Yeah, I would
how
just
are we
randomly
on
get hard."
time right now, by the way?
Uh,
Where are we?
we are at 26 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's at 53, bro. We're good.
Okay. I was about to say it's so far past my
Well,
kid's
it's
bedtime, right
lady.
after daylight savings went away.
Ladies didn't have to deal with that. Ladies had to deal with periods, which is, I think, like a body horror thing.
Oh
But
yeah, it's really hard. Oh my goodness.
like
And the
Carrie,
cramps are really horrible for a lot of teenage girls, like worse than they ever will be in the future. It's like literally
they
like
get better.
in a they well, it depends. Like for me, they're bad again, basically. Like yesterday, I was just very near tears. But when I was a teenager, I remember just being curled up in a ball on the bus going home from school and just crying. It hurt so bad I could not move. And I was just like, man, I hope it gets better before we hit my stop because I literally cannot get up right now.
Damn.
Like,
I know Erica complains about him a lot.
I'll get one that stops me in my tracks. Like I cannot move because it's just so quick, so sudden, so sharp that I just like stop immediately, freeze completely, my knees lock, like, and I like exclaim like ah.
See, like into adulthood, yeah, if that's like something that still happens, I would put that in the category of worse than spontaneous boners. But like you don't know what it's like to be a 13-year-old boy. Because like
No, I don't.
you're at
I'm not
church.
planning on dealing with that part.
Bro, you're at church and it's like, what
Okay,
the fuck is
Bryden.
happening? They're like, and you're gonna go to hell and Jesus is great. And you're like, I'm fucking solid right now. This
What
I'm
is? I
dude,
think.
puberty for boys is stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
It's awful. It's
Yeah,
really awful.
it
So many,
explains all the
so
bad
many,
behavior.
and you got so
Okay.
many zits. Oh, you got so many zits. And then you're like, you want, that's the time you want girls to like you the most, and you're the ugliest because you're covered in zits. Dude, the only good thing about being old is I'd never have to go through puberty again. It was a
Yeah.
nightmare. It was horrific. And like dude, I went through it later than some of the other boys too. So it was like,
I believe that.
oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like fucking 14 years old. I'm like, I don't even have any fucking armpit hair. And yeah,
Oh.
I don't remember when I got armpit hair, but I remember being like happy when I got it. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Well, did you ever get made fun of? Like gym locker room stuff?
No, that they were making fun of me for other stuff. They
Oh,
did,
right, right.
yeah, they didn't care about that. That like looking back, it was not that big of a deal because like half the kids on the fucking middle school football
Well,
team and shit
that's
like that
that's not
also
what
didn't
you're
have.
thinking.
I know,
You think everybody's looking at you.
yeah, that's which I hear you're supposed to grow out of, but I never did. I go to the grocery store and I'm like, fuck, fuck, fuck. But-
Well, the problem for me is I tried to learn, I tried to teach myself like I was paying attention to what you're doing, right? But then I realized people are because
doing
I'm
shit that they
wearing
should pay attention
pants
to.
that look like Beetlejuice pants. I'm wearing a dress covered in bats and 3-inch platform goth boots. And I'm
Ugh.
looking around and actually everyone is looking at me.
Yeah.
Like, whoops. Maybe I should be more normal. I don't know. But for other people, nobody's looking at you because you're not dressed like a weirdo at 30. Like,
Uh, I dress cool, by the
my
way.
hair was pink a few days ago.
That's yeah, which by the way, she did because she was mad about the election of our
I did
hero,
not.
Donald John Trump,
Oh my
the
goodness
45th
gracious.
and 47th
I don't.
president of
I.
these United States. Beep, beep, beep.
Bryden, I have only ever voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
it.
yeah. I saw that Kamala ad
What,
about people like you pretending. They said in the voting booth, it's totally private and you can
That was
vote.
about this made up fantasy of like men beating their wives for
That's
finding out that they're Democrats, and like all these people who go door to door to bug people during dinner time, during family nice dinner time, bonding time with their kids after they get home from school, and their husbands are like, "No, go away. We don't want to talk to
the
you."
two
And they're
the
like, "Oh, you're beating your wife cuz she's a Democrat."
the two family dinners I've heard about tonight are yours and the Dear Abby's, and both
Yeah.
of those sound like shitty family dinners,
Yeah.
honestly. You're like, I don't know, they won't stop fucking talking. And then the other one is like, the food is terrible. You know who's great? A guy over here with no kids that's like, I might have a hot pocket, I think.
It's like there was a TikTok video that goes around Twitter a lot of like a guy. He said he was going to take a bite every time his girlfriend does, and the whole video is him like staring at her and just going, like, "Oh, she's not taking one, right?" And
Because
then
they
she
don't
takes a
eat fast
drink,
enough, yeah.
right? Yeah,
Men eat faster
it's
than women.
it, it basically feels like that because they're sitting there talking at dinner. There's food on their fork. They keep bringing the fork to their mouth, and then they stop, pull it away to say another sentence, like over and over. It's like, I don't think she's taking one bite. It's been 30 minutes. She's not taking one bite.
That would infuriate me. That would make me extremely mad. Yeah.
Because, like, I don't, yeah.
I well, I just I and also I don't know why men eat faster than women. I just that just seems to be a trend. My favorite trend that I've seen on the internet is men cooking versus women cooking, and I didn't realize I did this, which is we'll like do stuff and then we'll run to the sink and we'll wash our little fingers a little bit, and then use a paper towel, and then go and do other stuff. And I didn't realize I did that much, but your husband doesn't cook enough to fucking do that. He does, but if you watch him, I'll bet he does that. He washes his hands out of after every little thing he does.
No, he doesn't actually. In fact, him and my brother-in-law both are so horrifically terrible with food safety that me and my brother-in-law's wife will go behind them and clean up, like when we do fish fries,
No,
because
it's
they'll go
not cleaning.
fishing and bring the fish bag.
It's washing your hands.
Yeah, they don't do that. They just touch things, and we have to go with Clorox wipes and wipe down everything we've seen them touch and wipe down the counters because they're just not freaking. I don't know.
Are they
Like
touching
maybe
each other?
they'll do a rinse off.
Are they?
They're
No,
not
no, no.
touching much.
That's the thing. The rinse off is you don't wash your full hands, but you just wash the little part. Just
What is
little.
the point of that? There is bacteria.
Yeah, and I worked in kitchens for a decade, and I still do that at home.
Yeah.
But that's how you wash your hands.
Yeah, I don't even think they even do that. Like we're just watching them just touch things. I don't know.
That's
It's a problem.
I couldn't be in the kitchen because I would put a stop to it. I would be like, you are contaminating
They don't
things.
listen to us.
Well,
You know
it's
what these men
dangerous
do?
and people could
What
die.
well, we make sure that doesn't happen by going behind them with the Clorox wipes as soon as they get out of our way, in that spot. But like they'll be like, "No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's not
Everything's
fine.
fine."
It's
And
not
no,
fine.
it's not. It's not fine. Nothing is fine. When you say that, it does end up being fine, but it's not because of your efforts.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know,
listen.
it's not fine to have fish juice everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a little lax on it, and I'll have to find the video because it is pretty funny. It's something that I do that I was surprised that apparently a lot of men do. It's a very half-assed thing, but no, I mean if you're dealing with raw fish, I mean that's it's heavily important to that and poultry. I like.
Yeah,
Do you like
it's
fucking
just
salmonella? Like, because
I don't get it.
it's not going to kill you, but you will get really sick. And then what are you going to do? Go to work sick because you're a dude. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go to work sick.
Yeah.
That's Jesus Christ. The whole
It,
thing is a disaster. But
it's a disaster. It is.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Including this episode. This episode is a disaster, and it's not my fault that it's a disaster this
Well, it's
time.
Evan's fault.
It's
It's
Evan's
Evan's
fault.
fucking fault, but it's fine. We're at the point. We've done the fucking episode. I'll get this motherfucker online. Uh, I'm gonna listen to fucking Randy Newman the entire time I'm
Ooh,
uploading everything.
fantastic. I'm gonna watch Stargate or Ancient Aliens. They're both the same thing either way, though. After I put the kids to bed.
Yeah, never
Do you hear
mind.
them? What?
I was gonna say she just punched them to bed.
No!
Go to
I have a lot
fuck
of.
yourself.
Okay. You need help. You need to get a grip.
Well, I don't know. I thought we were here to help.
You're a very disturbed man,
That's not true.
and I'm going to help you. And I'm going to help everyone else too. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great week. Secure in the knowledge that you can go to patreon.com/here to help podcast, and we will be there with you.
With a pretty not great episode, honestly, but it probably a little better than this one. I don't even remember what we did. Oh yeah,
The Reddit
Utah.
stories.
Yeah, we talked about Utah. If you're in
Utah.
Utah, not the election stuff, just that.
The various things you can do with mountains.
Yeah.
Talk to an ER doctor. They'll tell you everything. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening and have a great week. Secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are the only ones you can trust are here to help.